These rare plants are worth their weight in gold. After they've grown to a certain size, the plants are sold to extraction uses technologies like ultrasound to break down the plant tissues and draw out the active ingredients needed for their product. They use a centrifuge to spin the pulp at 5,000 RPM, sending the denser elements to the top of the container and the less dense elements to the bottom. Once the bulk is removed, a rotary evaporator concentrates the mixture by applying heat.
每一种萃取放到20几种，进到实验室确认有几百种的
Ultrasonic waves then break down the cell walls so that more of the active ingredients can be obtained from within. But until those active ingredients emerge, researchers aren't sure exactly what they'll find.
一开始萃取到有效的原料，我们会先做出
TCI's technicians have taken food and plant materials from the blender to the centrifuge and through all manner of scientific testing. Now it's time for the ingredients that have passed the test to move on to manufacturing. Based in southern Taiwan's biotech park, TCI's industrial-scale manufacturing lines are ready for action. Prior to arrival, the extracted ingredients have been dried and granulated.
原料会经过我们的配方室啊，去确认它的配料量，配料跟色料是主要是配料的跟配料的量，还有跟出装的配方数量。
First up, the ingredients are mixed with water, heated to a temperature between 60 and 70 degrees Celsius. The pH is measured, with the team looking for a value anywhere between 2 and 4, depending on the product. Each batch faces a chronology of
actually 1 in the morning in Taiwan.
1 a.m. And where are we usually at 1 a.m.?
Sleeping.
Sleeping or or drinking.
Okay, maybe you.
But why are we here now? Why?
So we are gonna give you guys a tour of our 3 factories.
And we are doing this for people in the what's that hemisphere? Like the one that we're like US and
The American continent. So today we will be giving a tour for you guys, for the people watching us in North America and also in Latin America. Welcome. Thank you very much for watching us. Muchas gracias, de verdad. Sorry, I'm using Spanish.
I don't know.
So, muchísimas gracias por vernos y bienvenidos.
Yes.
Okay.
I know what she said.
All right. So to start with, whenever we reach our factories, we actually start with this stop. For this stop, we actually we usually they take the temperature for us,
Which they are going to do right now for us, right now. So let's get our temperature started. It would be embarrassing if we are overheated because it's really hot.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. And what else do we usually do? We usually put on a mask and we get our hands disinfected. But because we are hosts today, so we got, and plus the factory is almost completely empty right now, so might as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start.
Yeah, we have to apologize for us being a little slow right now. It's just, yeah, we're not usually this awake or sober at this time of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are these numbers we're looking at here?
So, I would have to say that this is the solar energy that we've currently generated from either today or from when the first solar panels were installed. And it would have been a better effect if it was sunny outside, but unfortunately, like you said. So right now it says 0 kilowatts, but don't be misguided by this number. It's usually in the tens of thousands. Is that how kilowatts are calculated? I don't know. Like how many? What are the units of kilowatts?
I'm actually
But
very
usually
sure
I think
about
it's
it.
a really large number here.
But actually, like because our plants are actually very sustainable, and we actually focus a lot in renewable energy. So in 1 year, actually, like the carbon emission that we save is around 100. Like it's equivalent to planting 100,000 trees in 1 year. So
And I think like currently around 30% of the entire facility's power is run on from the solar panels. And we are aiming for 100% of renewable energy by 2030.
Yeah.
So we are getting there. So 10 years, in 10 years time, will be only using completely renewable energy in this facility and in others. So
we're gonna talk a little bit more about it later on. We're gonna show you about the RE100.
Oh yeah, there's our RE100 logo over there, so we can have a look. So usually this would be the first step. The screen here behind us is playing like an episode on the Discovery Channel, which we are very proud of. So this basically goes through all the other, I guess the research centers that we'll be taking you to. But this is just to say that I guess we are very legitimate. And plus, I think we very recently didn't Marcia Vincent get interviewed by Forbes magazine?
Yeah, he was. So that's actually very, very interesting.
Yes. So let's continue down this hallway.
So we're gonna go to our first stop. We're gonna talk about our integrated bioscience design.
And as you can see here, there's nobody else but us. So please keep us company and interact with us as much as you can, because otherwise we'll be very aware of how alone we are. Okay, so first up, here. What is this first stop? Right behind us.
So you might see IBD very much. You might see it in our presentations or whenever you see our uniform. You're gonna see IBD and you're gonna see also join and delight. And this is our core values. IBD is actually how we actually design products. It's integrated by science design. And our aim is to join and delight consumers' life. And this is by creating products that are effective and that you can actually see the results.
Yeah, so basically everything that you see here are just illustrations of ingredients basically. So you can see here, this is for prostate protection. So it is indeed a little tiny person peeing. We are very, very visually explanatory. And for example, there is, what else is there that we can use as a good example? Oh, Happy Banana.
Yeah.
That one is a banana, basically just a banana that like alleviates depression and sleeping problems. And that was a banana extract.
We actually use the peel of the banana.
Yes, so we also do basically agricultural, sustainable usage of byproducts. So what happened was that we used the fruit as something, but then later on we were like, what do we do with all this peel? And then we found out it alleviates depression. And there's like some African tribe that they do eat peel directly. So based on those history, we have looked into it further.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. But what is actually very interesting
Don't listen
is
to me
that
because a lot of times I don't know what I'm talking about.
a lot of our ingredients actually have patents, and at the same time we have got innovation awards from for example, from different countries. What countries do we have?
I know we have an invention award from Geneva, but it's the city, right?
From Geneva, we also have the innovation awards from France,
Yes.
from Japan, and also Korea.
So all those countries where we've sent our R&D people to collect the prize.
Yeah. So let's continue our tour. So actually, when was our company founded?
If you look right there at the top of the stick, okay, or here. 1980. How long ago was that? I wasn't even born. Were you
Me
born?
neither. So it's been 40 years. It's been 40 years since our company was founded, and a lot of things have happened.
A lot. But the trend you can see here is that within the first couple of decades, we were probably still trying to figure out what we really wanted it to be. But at some point, where we hit a mark, I think that's when the integrated bioscience was introduced, when we realized that this was the right direction. And from that point on, all of our later development and expansions were within like 1 year after the other. Yeah, within 1 year's time, we would double, then triple our growth. So that's very surprising, as well as the fact that it's a proof that the direction of innovation is the way to expansion. What am I talking about? My brain's really slow. I'm so sorry.
Sorry. So
I like how it's timing. Is that right?
maybe you were.
It doesn't matter.
So actually, what we're talking about RE100. What is RE100? Actually, we were part of RE100 in 2018. And what does RE100 means? Actually, we were invited to join RE100. And who else is part of RE100? Do you have any idea?
Really cool people like Google, like Apple, Starbucks.
Yeah. So actually, like the world leaders, like companies that are leaders in their industry were invited to join RE100. RE100 actually means that these companies are committed to 100% renewable energy by a certain year, and we are committed to 100% renewable energy by 2030.
Can only be invited, so it's invite only. So it's not like you can just submit. So we're invited, VIPs. So I think something else is like even more prestigious, but less known, is the EP100, isn't it?
Yeah.
EP100 it's even more difficult than RE100, because RE100 is just about sustainable energy, like the using of sustainable energy, but you can also purchase that from other plants. Like you can purchase sustainable, or you can purchase that by if it's not generated by your own plants. But I think isn't EP100 the measurement of how fast or how efficient your own generation is?
Yeah, it's actually EP100. It stands for energy productivity, So it's actually like using the same amount of energy, we have to like produce even more.
So she knows what she's talking about. Okay.
So
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So here, 2020 is our 40th anniversary, so as you can see here. A lot of our pride is actually from having a very big team for research and development. We actually focus a lot in research and development.
Yeah, that's right. Because like, I think another thing is that because of how fast the company is moving, they continuously take on newer concepts every year. So on average, isn't like our entire company's age on average below 30, or was that around
I think
35?
it's around 30, 35, yeah. We're actually very, very young.
Yeah,
company.
it's getting close. I'm getting close to above average. So, so let's not talk about that.
Yeah,
that sounds like a depressing topic. So let's move on.
Okay, so we start entering our production line.
By ascending those massive stairs without people.
Wow, that's a lot of stairs. What do you usually do here?
Exactly. That's why I mentioned the no people part. Here is an auditorium space that usually fills up to about 200 people, where some of our local clients, they like to come for like press conferences or product releases. I think a huge screen actually comes down from here where they can do the presentations. Unfortunately, I can't show you that right now, or one of us can still sit randomly to show you.
So if you guys, whenever you have the chance, if you want to come, if you want to bring a group of people to visit our facilities, please, you are welcome to do it. We will have, you can like make a presentation here. You can actually show them while your product is being produced. So please just let your sales know if you want this kind of service or you want this kind of activities.
So looking at the scale of our company, like of how we design most of our hallways and our auditorium, you can expect that most of the time, it's the facility is a lot more filled than this. But right now, due to the timing, but as well as the coronavirus situation, our factory has been running a majority on automation. So that's why we can be here today, because most of the lines that we'll be seeing are run automatically now after our many adjustments. So let's go, let's go, let's go. So should we walk slowly or quickly? Facility we are right now, because TCI, as you know, we do both skincare and foods. So right now we are going to lead you inside the foods line, right?
Yes, it is. It is correct. We're gonna enter our solid factory, so that means like powders, tablets, and capsules.
That's right. So let's go. So as we move away from this comfortable wooden area into this sterile, white-looking area, you can tell we've entered into a more professional space. So here we go. So Wendy, would you like to tell us what we're looking at?
Okay, so you can come actually here. We can show you a little bit. We have a small showroom of different products that we can manufacture with different kind of functions. This is to give an idea, like for you guys to see like what kind of products can we actually manufacture. We can manufacture actually any kind of product since we're an ODM manufacturer. So just to give you a brief idea, because sometimes like a lot of our clients, they actually they know they want a new product, but sometimes they are not very sure about what kind of function do they want. But we actually have a few who can give you, like at the moment, like a lot of the products that are very popular. Yes.
Beauty choices, weight loss choices, libido choices. She doesn't want to talk about that. And I think a lot of gastrointestinal health. A lot of people like that now. But and plus this one, isn't this one like a detox, which gives you severe diarrhea?
Okay. So
Maybe not for you, but the weak intestine.
At the moment, actually, like a lot of products that are actually very popular are immune products. That's something that is like very popular at the moment. Another thing is like eye care products. eye care products are because like, everybody is in quarantine, so everybody's at home. They're working from home. They're actually watching a lot of TV. They're in front of their computers.
That's what you guys are
working
doing
from
right
home.
now.
Actually, there's also like LEDs and everything. It's actually affects like.
So thank you for damaging your eyes right now to look at us.
Okay.
We'll send you eye products later.
Contact our sales. They're gonna send you some samples.
Alright, so let's go down here.
Okay.
What's,
So actually we have a window here. So in this part you can actually see it's our mixture room. So here is the mixture room for products that whenever we make capsules and tablets. This is where we actually mix the ingredients together.
It's really like far down inside, as you can see. I think we've been told that in the past people have been very confused at why we built our entire facility so tall, because there's a lot of like maintaining to do. But because of the vision that we originally had was to build an entire sky bridge around all of our production facilities and open up viewing windows such as these. So we continue to go down there. We'll select a bigger room for you guys to look into. But yeah, so the original concept at the very beginning was so that our clients are available to come here anytime and dress like whatever, like what we are doing right now. Totally inappropriate, but was going to a party, so.
But actually, like we actually designed it with glass windows so that. Because we actually want to be very transparent. We want to show you what's going on in our production lines.
That's right. So let's go down here. Some of these are more traditional formats. So these dosages are tablets and capsules, but they're less interesting. So we'll go down and look at the.
They're still important.
Yeah.
So you can actually see like the second window was actually like the place where we actually manufactured different kind of tablets. And there
Another tablet.
Another
We have
tablet.
many tablet formats, right?
Yes, we do. We actually have different kind of designs. So if you don't want like the round shape, you actually want like a special shape. We actually have them. And we also have like
double layer.
a double layer tablet. So it's actually like another thing. We can
Different
work.
color coatings.
Yes.
Or like chewable tablets where they're like candy. Awesome.
Yeah. So we also have the capsule production line.
That's right, capsules.
So,
But those machines are like really, they're not that cool. They don't look like Transformers. Let's go to the one that let's go to the one that I would name like Megatron. So let's go.
But we're still missing the packaging for the tablets and capsules.
I totally forgot about that. Okay. So she'll tell you about the different packaging.
So we actually have the blister packaging room. So for example, like there's different kind of packaging that we can actually work for tablets and capsules. This is for the blister packaging. Then we have another one.
I'm getting so excited to show you guys Megatron.
Okay. So this is the second one. We actually have the all-in-one packaging production line. So for this one, we can.
handy. Yeah, this is the handy one, right?
Yes. So for example, if you want to mix the different tablets and capsules into one single packaging form, we can actually do that. We can actually pack around 7 different kind of tablets and capsules into one single. What do you call that? Like one single.
Little like
a small pouch. Yeah. In pouch. So that's a possibility as well.
So it saves you the time from picking out your tablets by yourself. We're all lazy nowadays. So if it's one pack and also all your problems,
Very
then,
convenient.
yeah.
Very convenient.
So getting there. Let's hope that something is running.
Okay.
Oh no!
I think they're
What's
changing
happening?
production lines.
They are, huh?
Okay. So
They were just manufacturing a minute ago.
okay.
Damn it, so he's sleeping. They're sleeping now.
So actually, like here, we can actually see our powder sachet line. So for this powder sachet line, we can actually produce 50 million sachet in 1 month. Around 50 million a month.
Oh, 50, yeah, 50 million.
Yeah.
That's right.
So what is interesting about this production line is that actually we use what's the biggest problem that usually like people see whenever we have this kind of a powder sachet?
Powders usually clump over time. Moisture goes in and becomes really icky.
And sometimes we have even bigger issues. For example, like whenever you take the sachet out, actually the powder is actually all around the
Powder
sachet.
leakage. That's like the
Yeah.
worst. course it can happen, right? For powder.
Well, like in our production line, that doesn't happen.
And why is that?
Okay, so our production line has actually something very special. We actually have like kind of like a vacuum, how do you call that?
Like a
Vacuum?
suction before. So I think before we seal, we suck out the air.
Yeah, we actually like this production line actually like can produce 6 sachets in a row, so 6 in every single time. Like
Yes.
so, it's actually like very fast, and at the same time we also have an auto pack. So what
Yeah.
Chris was saying, like, is actually we use kind of like a suction before we actually close the sachet.
Yes.
So by doing this, we actually avoid any kind of problem with like the sachet not being sealed correctly, and having the issue of like moisture getting into the powders, and like having all the powder around the different sachet inside the boxes.
I feel like such a pity because you guys can't see how the auto packs are formed right here. It's such a therapeutic process when you look at it. Because I think one of the advantages for powders, because I know there are a lot of powder sachet manufacturers, but I think one of the advantages of ours is that of the auto pack itself, because it's efficient, it's fast, and there is very minimal possibility for error.
Yes, definitely. So yes, like definitely, like this is one thing that you can consider whenever you're deciding if you want to work with powders, for example.
Oh, what's here?
So this is our mixing room.
Oh yeah, so why did we show you guys the panel? It's because the line that you guys just saw right there is directly beneath us.
Yes,
So
it is.
we, like I said, we're elevated above it. But what happens here is, you see that little cone right there? That hole opens up directly into the production in the bottom. So this is our powder mixing tank. It's a 500 kilo one, right? So after it mixes, they get temporarily stored in these cones, and then they are fed directly below. So it's a gravity-fed design.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I'm making use of our height, I guess.
Okay.
So let's continue down, and let's see if the little line is running. So.
Actually, I think for solid form, I think it's we're almost done.
Here.
But
This line is running.
It is
Great. Let's have a look then. So this is similar. This is identical to the panels that we just shown you. It's so the cones have already fed the powder. So you can see it's right there. It's going down. The 6th row is spitting out all the powder sachets in one go. They are running down the conveyor belt into the auto packaging. So you guys see all that? You see a person? Yep. We're very, very high up. So. And what's interesting is that this little QC room, you want to talk about it? It's a little claustrophobic, but there's a little QC room right there.
So actually, next to every
There is a little person in there. Oh, so sad.
It's a little person.
I feel really sorry for him being here at 1 a.m. in such a tiny
Why?
room.
We actually work. You don't be sorry. It's not like it's like they're working extra hours. Actually, this is their shift.
But why are they in such a small tiny room?
No, actually, they're not there all the time. Actually, like next to every production line, we actually have a QC room. This is to make sure that everything is running smoothly and that there is no issues with the products.
I call it a QC phone booth because it's like you're just in there to make a call, basically. You won't be in there for very long.
So they actually check the quality of the product, that everything is going like the product being produced is actually being the same as the sample that you actually confirm.
Yeah, so like in these, they do more of the simpler physical tests, like the physical properties like smell and is it also like basic micro testing here? Or like pH and whatnot. But then they do send the samples to the official QC lab, which we will visit later on.
Okay. So let's continue. So actually, we're gonna go through this wall, and actually this wall connects.
What's this?
Oh, sorry. Okay,
What
so
is
this
stock exchange panel.
Here is actually the list of our different kind of production lines. So you can actually see like the different kind of like the temperature and also the humidity levels. So for this, whenever this is out of spec, there's gonna be a red number here, and if it's out of spec, our
Plant master.
our plant master will come immediately.
That's not what. Like my head of production.
Head of production, sorry.
He's also the plant master.
Okay. So, but actually, this has never happened. But in case it does happen, there's gonna be an alarm sounding, and there's gonna like call the chief.
Really crazy alarm.
Yeah. So don't worry about this. This will not happen. It has never happened.
If it does, I will be screaming and running out this corridor, really long corridor that I'm really far away from.
I can actually imagine.
Okay, so let's hope that doesn't happen.
So let's go.
Okay.
So-
So have we already finished powder line?
Yes, we actually finished
On
solids. Solids. So we're actually gonna continue here into our liquid line.
Alrighty.
Is this the one that you're excited about?
The liquids?
Yeah.
Because like that's where our strength lies.
Yeah,
Because I know like liquids have a lot of complications involved. So to be able to perfect and guarantee 100% safety of liquid products, it's apparently a lot harder. So let's go and see how we do that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm actually very excited.
Alright, so let's walk through the sky bridge from one facility to the other. All of our facilities are connected with sky bridges. And right now it's completely dark outside, but where we are, so it's a pity you guys can't see all the green. All the green outside. It's green here as well. We have grass. We have grass. And we have a fish pond outside. So the point of this is that Pingdong is an agricultural reserve. So the Pingdong County do not allow, I guess, companies that are not biotech related. So being here is actually also another certification of us being a biotech company, I guess.
Actually, like for you guys, if you don't know, Pingdong is actually the south of Taiwan. So our headquarters are in Taipei, the capital city, and our factories are in the south of Taiwan, in the city of Pingdong, where we are now. Yeah.
Where we are in the biotech center of Taiwan,
Yeah.
if you would like to call it. Alright, so let's go down this.
So we are at the S5 factory.
Okay. I don't remember the numbers. I call it the elixir rooms or the elixir building because they make the most beautiful liquids. Oh, you can already smell it, right? You can smell that really strong pugnant.
It's actually like
It's
a
really
very
beautiful
juicy,
and nice. It's so
It's
nice.
like a juicy
It's like
smell.
Chanel number 5.
Chanel is actually not fruity.
Okay, so it's one of those fruity ones. Like, what are those? Okay, it doesn't matter
It
because
doesn't
it's not
matter,
important.
doesn't matter. So actually, okay, so you can actually see another production line here. So we can actually see live what's going on. We're gonna see that this production line is actually very similar to the powder line, but
Yes.
actually it's our liquid pouch,
So
liquid
it's-
sachet.
That's right. So it's not powder. They look almost the same, but they are filled. I think they can also, these lines can also do oils and jellies, right?
Yes, we can actually, well, originally we were gonna produce fish oil in this production line.
Yes, that's right. So originally I called it a fish line.
Okay, you have like a name for every production line.
So much easier.
So
what's
so
this?
this kind of product we can actually.
Do I get one?
Yeah, you get one.
So what's so special about the fish oil pouches? I mean the liquid pouches.
Okay, so for these liquid pouches, we actually use a special technology. This technology is called bubble nutri. So it's a patented
Right here.
technology. For this technology, what we can do is that we can actually mix water soluble with oil soluble ingredients together, and we actually like do a micro emulsification.
That's right. So basically, we shrink the particles down to like how many microns? Like was it like
Actually, it's around 1/9 the size of a red blood cell.
So it's it's a lot smaller than
It's very small. It's actually like it can be absorbed into our bodies very easily, very
instantly.
fast. And actually, it can enhance the bioavailability of the ingredients in of the nutrients in our body.
So what we like to do the most is to do like a comparative test. So we got like, well, for example, this one, it's sea bass essence. So we would have a sea bass essence just by itself, and then we would have a sea bass essence, I guess, emulsified in the double entry technology.
But would this like actually taste very fishy?
That's what I'm afraid of. I was gonna say that I guess the absorption rate goes up by 2.3%.
2.33 times.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yes, not percentage. This potential would be really sad.
Yeah, it's
So
actually
it's
very
2.3 times the original absorption rate.
Yes. So this is actually like one of the benefits of this kind of technology. It's actually a patented technology. And if you have any questions or if you'd like to incorporate this kind of products into your production, into your product line, please do not hesitate to let us know.
So in an easier presentation is that since sea bass is mainly used for like healing wounds. So like if mine was with double nutrient, yours is without, then all of my wounds will be healing 2.3 times faster than yours.
That's true.
Should we cut ourselves? Should we cut ourselves to?
No, I don't want to cut myself.
Just to experience. No, I think it's a little too late to make dog jokes right now. So
Okay.
let's continue.
Do you want to try it?
Oh yeah,
Let's
just
try
do
it.
it.
Okay, so actually this production line is actually very convenient. You can actually see here, I want to show you guys, like sometimes they ask if it's actually easy to open. It actually has a small cut here. So you can actually like open it just like this. Just like this. It's actually very easy.
Cheers.
And cheers.
Pina coladas.
Okay, so
Let's go. Wow.
tastes very good. Doesn't taste like fish at all.
Can someone bring me another 5 of these?
Actually very good, very good. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Not fishy, not fishy. You can't even taste it. If like, nobody would know, like if I pour this into a glass or something, no one would know that this is fish or like sea bass.
Not at all, not at all. Okay.
Oh my god, I want this for my mom. Okay, it's already good. Thank you. Let's
Thank you.
continue.
Let's
I think I didn't stay here for too long.
Sorry.
Overstayed our welcome.
So, okay, so whenever we talk about S, like you're gonna hear us saying like, okay, we're at S5, S9, S11. What does S actually stand for? Actually, S stands
Super.
for safety, standard, and speed.
No, it's not super.
So,
Splendor. Oh, you already told the answer. Oh, shit.
yes, you're not even listening at me.
Do you know what TCI stands for?
What does it stand for?
Time.
It stands for trust, creation, and
Ice cream.
intelligence.
No,
Ice cream
I-
doesn't even start with I.
No, like I would confuse her and say innovation, and she would say yes.
Okay.
It's gonna be easier. So.
Okay, so you can actually see our different facilities here. This is actually at the moment not the newest version, but we also have factories in Shanghai.
Yes. So let's go. Let's move on. So Shanghai, Taiwan drinks, Shanghai masks.
Yes.
So all of these show their basically the certifications and basic capacity, all of their details, which if you're interested, we'll send you guys a presentation. So if you are. So all of their certifications, Taiwan drinks, Taiwan solids. So all of those.
And all our production lines are in actually 100,000 classrooms.
Yes. Very, very clean.
Very good. Okay.
Shall we drop something on the floor and pick it up and see how clean it is? Want to drop your phone?
I don't think I want to drop my phone. Okay.
Alright, so we are here at the main event. Oh, look at that.
Oh wow, this is actually our liquid production line.
Hey, they're producing a massive bottle over there. Massive bottle over there.
Yeah, so what actually is very interesting about these production lines is that you can actually see 3 production lines. One of the one you're seeing at the moment, I think it's one of them running. I'm not sure. I think it's one running.
No, that one's running. That one's in the back's running.
This one is also running. So we have 2 production lines running at the moment. And actually, like if you see, there's actually not a lot of people working because actually our production lines are mostly automated. We only need these people working just to make sure that everything is running smoothly.
And there's a really sad person sitting there.
Why did you say sad?
It just looks really sad.
Okay, so actually, some of you might actually have seen these kind of glass bottles. So these kind of glass bottles contain our collagen drink. Our collagen drinks keep on being our best-selling products. And do you know why?
I think just like in general these collagen drinks, but also the formats in these female bottles.
Definitely. Like glass bottles are our best-selling products.
They look premium and they're super cute.
Yeah, it's actually very convenient as well.
So let's go and have a look at how these are made. Let's go. We are apparently wasting too much time because we are being girls and we are talking too much.
Oh, sorry for that.
Oh, look at here. What's going on here? Oh, wait.
Well, actually,
let's go to the other window. There's a better angle. So, what is this? Is this an ultrasound?
No, it's not an ultrasound.
Is it a pregnant woman?
No, I don't see any pregnant woman there. So actually, this is our high-speed camera. We are actually checking the bottles. We're actually checking if there is any what do you call that?
Dust particles,
or whenever there's like
a crack.
cracks. Sorry.
She speaks Spanish mainly. She forgets crack.
Yes, I'm sorry for that. I apologize. So
sorry.
Where does this actually happen? We actually this CDC high-speed camera can actually check 16 bottles per second. Can you imagine how fast that actually works? 16 bottles per second.
Is this up to speed?
Yeah, it's like up to speed. And we can actually see here.
Oh,
you can actually see
it's right
this
there.
window.
Oh, it's right there. Look at it go.
So yeah, you can actually see like the bottles coming in. So when the bottles come in, we actually check like with the high-speed camera. You can actually see the blue lights there. That's actually our CCD
and this is
high-speed camera.
Yeah, this is just the bottles when it first arrived, right?
Yes, that's only when it's arriving. So we actually check it before the bottles are clean.
Yeah, so then it goes into that machine that cleans it, right?
Yes, it enters into that machine where everything is cleaned. All the bottles are actually washed.
Yeah, it shows up on the panel. So washing, filling, and then capping.
Yes,
all done
so
in that
that's
machine.
the order. So the bottles are cleaned first, then the product we do the product filling and then the capping.
Yep. And there's another conveyor belt just right down here, which is for the caps. So the caps are dropped here, and then they go through UV like disinfecting.
Yes. So that's that little window there. You can actually see the UV disinfecting.
Let's get my feet tanned up. Does it work like that?
No, it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So
yeah, all right, let's move on then.
Okay. So actually, we can see another of our CCD
from here, right?
Well, actually, yeah. Sorry. Let's go here first.
Yeah, let's go here first.
Okay. So you can actually see our production lines from a different angle, and you can actually see like everything is very fast. There's a lot of bottles going on, and
the CCD camera's just down there with the flashy lights there.
I don't know if you can see it. There's like the flashy light there. That's our CCD.
Bright camera with the sad man next to it.
For if you have listened to our product company presentation before, you might have heard about our Eagle Eye system. So this is actually what we're talking about when we're talking about our Eagle Eye lab.
So look at the bottle. So once they've been filled, the finished fill. So like before the content, so the liquid content, they've gone through UHT and the heat treatments. But when they are filled and capped, the finished product actually goes through like a second stage pasteurization, so that like all those big tanks are the water baths, and the water baths are their spraying treatment other than immersive treatment. So apparently there is a difference, so that the overall temperature inside is more constant.
Yeah.
So there you go. So those are
One
technical
more
things
important
I've learned.
thing is that I don't know if you have ever visited another liquid production line, you can actually see that there's a lot of water running down. But actually, if you see our production line is actually very clean, there's no water like in the floor, so you can actually see like everything is very like well controlled. The quality of our production lines are actually very good. Everything
And
is
I've
very-
heard a rumor that our sticker machine is one of the fastest.
Oh really?
But I can't say if it's true, but rumors and rumors.
So one thing, like whenever like the production lines are going so fast, like the biggest concern is if the quality is actually good. Like how do we actually manage the quality of these products? And actually we have the Eagle Eye system or the CCD. We can actually see different kind of checking points. We actually have installed 11 different kind of cameras. And in these different kind of cameras, we can actually see the bottles in different angles. And actually, we check actually different points. For example, we actually see the cap, for example, if it's actually sealed correctly, and it doesn't have any dents.
Yeah, dents. And all, if there's printing, whether the logo is printed correctly, and the date stamp, whether it's aligned properly, and the filling, like whether the filling level is correct. So guess how many pictures one bottle has been taken?
How many pictures?
One bottle, 11. This bottle takes more pictures than I do.
Do you want me to take 11 photos of you?
Can you do that?
No, too much. We're wasting too much time.
Do it later for me.
Okay, one more thing that we will actually check is that inside our liquids, we don't have any outer layer that shouldn't be there.
That's right. So here is the material mixing room. So that's where all the contents are mixed. So you can see here, mixing tanks, massive UHT panels, and UHT panels right there, and super duper lots of pipes.
So that's all like when we're doing like the mixing of the ingredients and everything.
Yes.
Okay, so let's continue.
All the pipes are named, but let's not go into that.
Okay.
We don't have much time. We wasted too much time earlier chit-chatting.
So okay, so actually, as we said before, we actually like besides every production line, we have a quality room.
So phone booth.
So for this one, you're gonna see one very special thing. What's that tube? That's transparent tube that we actually see there.
Oh, do you see the tubes in all of these corridors? They're all up in the sky. Look all the ceiling. These tubes run through the entire facility. So as we were walking here, even on the ceiling on the sky bridges as well. So what are those tubes?
We will tell you later.
If I was like shrunk, I can run in those tubes and I can run through the entire facility in those tubes.
I don't think you fit in those tubes. I don't think I fit into either. So no.
Person can dream, can't we? Let's go.
Let's go moving. Alright.
Jelly.
So actually in the back it's actually like where the products are being packed. At the moment
packaging area.
We were not gonna show you because
I think there's a lot of there's a lot of clients' products there, so we might show logos we aren't supposed to, so for confidentiality purposes. But if you guys do come here yourself, we can't stop you from looking in that direction. So want to find out the secrets of automated packaging? Come to Taiwan.
yeah, it's actually like we actually have very good production lines with this like auto pack.
Yeah, and like all of them are like robotic arms.
Yes.
So apparently we're really proud of the robotic arm joints. It has 6 joints, which is almost a replica of the human hand.
I think it's even more because there's more hands.
So all these facts that we've learned over the years, but can't seem to recollect all of them correctly right now. So
Maybe it's because it's
It's because I haven't had my daily consumption of my cocktails. But here we have a coffee cocktail. So which we will enjoy after we get to the QC lab and make sure that they've been QC tested. Then we will enjoy them with you while you are on the other side of the world.
if you are interested in collagen drinks, what should they do?
they should contact your salesperson. Salesperson. Oh look, tubes. Like I said, everywhere. Sky bridges, tubes. Everywhere, tubes. Where are they leading to? We're coming to the end of where they lead to, which is
Where we actually, so you know where are we going?
yeah, going to the end of those tubes. Like I said. So what do those tubes carry? We'll find out very soon. Exciting! Exciting! Okay, she's not excited. I don't know why she's so like calm. Let's go.
Okay, so we actually have two different labs here. We have come to.
We have come to P2 lab. What does P2 do?
We actually check the microorganisms of the different, like if our products have different kind of microorganisms, like different kind of. We can check, for example, like some of my clients like request me to check, for example, salmonella in the products. We actually can do the test here.
Yeah, so I mean the P2 stands for like a standards. So P1 tests for generally food safety, and P2 tests for like infectious diseases and some viruses. So it's just a standard.
And then here we have our ISO 17025 lab. Actually, the name is actually, it's not just because we wanted to name it ISO 17025, but actually this lab actually has this certification.
Yes. So the name, there was no creativity to that name.
Actually, this lab, like all the results from this lab can actually be outsourced. Like
Can we
can
go
actually do
in?
the test, and they can be outsourced. Yeah. But I just wanted like.
Oh, sorry.
So all the results are
Interesting.
equivalent to like test results from like SGS or Intertech.
Yeah, that's right. So we are like SGS, but here.
So let's get in.
They opened the door for us. Yay! Alright, so we're gonna get ready to be eligible to be walking around in here. Okay. Button up and here we go. So voila! Two scientists. Two scientists. Smart, intelligent scientists here. Okay. I'm no longer Chris. My new name is Amanda. Wait, Amanda is not.
Mrs. Chris. Okay, alright. So what do we have here? We have the UPLC mask.
LC mask. What does that do? Oh, LC mask does.
We can actually check for plasticizers, pesticides, and also different kind of active compounds.
Active compounds. So basically, if you are asking for, I don't know, what's that thing? Oh, anthocyanins, which is like what you find in broccoli sprouts. This machine will tell you how much anthocyanins are in your broccoli sprouts.
Then we have another machine here. It's actually our GC mask.
GC is apparently so much fancier than the LC. So I've been told.
Oh really? How come? We actually can test different kind of scents.
Because it looks so pretty. Apparently though, the scents on this side have been already tested, so we can open them. Hope it's not something. Let's see what they smell like. What is going?
I'm just going to need. So
That's
actually,
why we need a machine.
Yeah.
What's that?
Actually, like whenever we smell different kind of things, we might not actually smell the difference, but the machine can actually smell the well, not smell, but test the difference.
And for a while, I think we've also been looking into scents that have functions. So like scents that can relax you, scents that can promote, I don't know, better digestion. So we've been looking at that, and I think also the GC mask helps us in identification.
So we have another machine here. Which one is next?
Thermal Orbitrap.
So what does this do?
It's a trap.
It looks very complicated.
It's not a trap. It's actually the opposite of a trap. Because sometimes when people, if you do have looked into collagen, then you would know that people are talking about collagen sizes, like the difference between a full-size collagen compound and a hydrolyzed version. And we always emphasize that the smaller the collagen particles are, so like if they are under 2,000 Daltons, then they are a lot better absorbed. And that's why this machine tells you basically like how small your particle sizes are, right?
Yeah, definitely. And actually show how small it is.
I think we simplified it a little bit too much, right? Because it doesn't just do like size identification, but it also quantifies like active ingredients and also identifies new ones. So like I said, it's definitely not a trap. It actually saves you. So if we're charging you more for a more hydrolyzed version of a collagen, then we have data to back that up. Yeah, because we have this. And plus, like previously in the past, when people talk about collagen, it's always type 1, type 2, or type 3.
Or we actually found out that there's actually more types. Like some of our collagen actually have like type
28,
15 or
type
different
12
kind of numbers. Yeah.
So apparently, a lot of them, there's smaller molecules within collagen that assist in the function or the stability of the structure of collagen, and having those activates like further, better synthesis or better compound structure. Or anyways, I'm blabbering, so we are moving.
Okay, so we're gonna move to another room. In this room, we can actually, it's the ICP.
This looks like a dangerous room with hands. With chemicals and stuff.
So actually, what do we test
Don't take
here?
the lab coat away from me.
What do we test here?
Heavy metal, radioactive stuff.
Yes. So you can actually see that. You can actually see here, like there is like a blue line and a red line.
Yes, that is a heavy metal which I can't pronounce. It sounds like chromium, but I know it's not.
Okay.
But it's heavy metal.
Okay, so the blue line means that there's actually no heavy metals in the product.
That's right.
So actually, like it keeps like that. Like usually, our products we actually don't.
Our
find
lab
any-
director's not here, otherwise we'll get him to show you.
To
Like,
explain
throw
a
his
little bit
phone-
more.
Yeah, throw his phone in the machine and it'll be.
Okay. All right.
So now we are on that side of the lab. I know that side of the lab, it does a lot of visualization. So there's no one there right now. But last time we were here, they showed us a bunch of like electronic microscope imagery.
Oh, what was that sound?
What's that? This is what's going on? There is something going on above us. We heard whirling sounds. A sound was not supposed to be there. It's gone now. It's gone.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's coming! It's coming! Yes, it's coming! There's a...
So let's see what's here.
Are you just gonna pick her up like that?
Yeah. Why not?
What's it?
How do we open this?
Oh, wow.
Let's
Can
see
I
what's
touch it?
inside.
Oh.
So guess what
Oh
this
my
is?
god! Oh my god!
So it's the collagen drinks that were being
my
produced in the facility. Do you remember when we showed you like in the control room that there was actually like a tube? So this is actually where the samples are sent. We send these samples into the lab so they can do the test to see that the quality of the products are actually good.
Do you know what it used to look like? It used to look like all of our QC personnel holding like a tray or like a bag and running the facility towards this lab. But now with these vacuum tubes,
It actually saves a lot of time. It actually saves a lot of time, and we can actually get the test results much more fast.
and they don't have to like trip over accidentally.
I'm
hope
sure
that
that doesn't
happens.
happen.
I'm sure that happens.
Oh well, I hope it doesn't happen. It didn't happen very often. But anyway,
So-
now that we know that the products are safe
And
to
tested.
consume,
Let's grab ours. We can enjoy them.
yeah, let's have
No, let's
this.
go outside and
Okay.
I don't know if we're allowed to go in. It's after hours, so we might have to sneak in, and they don't know. So let's not tell them. Please don't snitch on us, and don't tell, please. Let's just sneak out before anybody realizes we're inside. Let's go. Before we get into trouble. Alrighty. Okay, back here. And so, let's, I guess we're moving on to our next stop. So we finished our solids, we finished our liquids line, and we finished our QC labs. So right now, shall we move to our skincare facility?
Yes.
So before then, let's have a collagen drink.
Okay, let's have collagen. Since we actually have to like have beautiful skin, like we don't only have to rely on skincare products. We also have to rely on collagen drinks or anti-aging drinks.
You know, I've heard a saying that if you drink 3 of these a day, you just don't age at all.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Asians never die.
Yes, I know. And this is probably why. So all these collagen drinks.
Okay.
Okay, let's
Cheers.
Cheers. What should we call this one? We just had sea bass.
Or it's collagen
Oh
drink.
yeah. It's gonna give it like a cocktail name, but okay.
Tastes so good.
It's peachy. What's a peach cocktail? Sea breeze?
I don't
Peach
know.
breeze? Anyways.
Let's continue.
Mmm. Yum, yum.
It's very good.
Oh, I feel really satisfied now. Have so many different drinks on the way.
It's only 2.
I'm enjoying this tour more and more. As we
It's actually
move on.
very good. It tastes very good.
So let's walk down this really long corridor quickly.
We're actually going back through our solid line. I don't
Original
know why
way.
I remember this line.
So during this little this time that we just be transporting ourselves, do you guys have any questions? Questions? No questions?
I actually have to check if there are any questions.
But so one of the ideas of doing this live stream is because our facility usually get visited multiple times every month, and due to the lockdowns globally, we haven't had anyone visit this our factory for a long time. It feels very lonely, and we feel very lonely. So that's why we've decided to all join you guys online. And
Yeah, we hope that whenever this pandemic ends, hopefully soon, you will be able to join us and come visit us.
Yes.
We will take you out if you want. Just come visit us. You are gonna be amazed.
We'll
I
take
think-
you inside those lines without the sky bridges, because that's like way more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
So let's go back to where we came from.
yeah, sure. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go back to this nice area. I have a strange sensation. I'm feeling something's coming. Do you feel this strange pull? That something's weird. Like I can feel a weird pull. Do you sense that?
Well, actually, I think there's something.
Yeah. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. So, what's this?
Where did this come from?
Well, it's actually a map.
It's a treasure map. What the? How do we activate this?
I think I have to use
What?
this.
Where did that come from?
It's a wand.
When did you get
Does
that?
that mean I'm a witch?
Can you can you tap on this? What is it telling us?
It's telling us to go through this door.
There's a door there?
I think so. Let's see what's inside.
Are you sure? Are you
Yeah.
sure we can go there? Well, that's what the
Wow.
map says.
So
What
shiny.
is this? I've never been here.
So shiny.
This is a new area.
Yeah, this is a secret room.
This is a secret passageway to a room that's not even open. Look at this. Look at this moving pictures.
So nice. So pretty.
It's a little freaky though. Like
It's
so like
new though. So new.
yeah, it's the smell of a new car. Look at this. Look at this moving pictures. Where are we
So
going?
pretty. Look at these videos.
We're moving so fast towards something exciting, I feel. Ooh. I see it.
Okay, I know what this
I see it. I know what this is.
is. So, well, you guys, maybe you have heard about S9, S5, S9, S11, but we're actually at our S12 facilities.
This is the newest facility, and it is indeed. I don't think any of our clients have visited this place yet.
No, I don't think so. It's actually our automated warehouse. We're also going to have production lines in this facility, but at the moment, you can actually see here, like you can see the different kind of videos. It's live at the moment. I don't know if it's operating, but you can actually see that everything is automated. So
these trailer carts, they carry your raw materials, packaging materials, finished products.
yes.
And they transport them to the warehouse. So basically, this is like the magic.
This is a warehouse.
It's like a magical, intelligent warehouse.
Yes.
So let's have a look at what it does here.
You can actually see our warehouse here. It's so tall.
How massive it is.
Do you know how many floors is actually in here? It's actually 5-story tall.
Wow.
That means it's 29 meters tall.
This looks like a really complicated maze.
Do you know how many storage rooms are there?
8,000?
Yes, it's actually more than 8,000 storage rooms inside here.
And I never get anything right.
But you actually got that right.
With my gut feeling.
So I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
What's the biggest mammal that exists?
Whales?
Do you know how many whales actually like fit in here?
5.
That's now 130.
130
Yes.
whales?
Can you imagine how big is this?
Is that how we quantify things now? By whales?
Well, maybe for this example, yes.
Just so look at all these like automated forklifts. None of them are moving right now, which is a pity. But otherwise, it would be a real demonstration because they're not operated by man.
Well, one good thing is that we actually have videos of when they're operating. So if you would like to see them operating, you can actually visit our LinkedIn actually has a video of this operating.
A lot of places have. Yeah. And if you let your sales representative know, they'll probably send you the video link as well. Just whenever. Whatever. Ask them anything.
We're here to provide this service 24/7.
Wait, I feel something also stirring in the map.
Again?
Again?
Okay. What's
Tap on it again,
Okay.
Wendy. It's telling us to go through here. It's telling us.
what's there though? I've never been there.
No, this place I really haven't been. We both recognize the automated warehouse, but this is something new. This is something entirely new.
I wonder what is it?
So it's telling us to go down here, right here. Are you guys following us? Something very exciting. We've never been. It's a staircase. Are you sure it's a good idea?
Yeah, of course.
You sure? Okay. Yes. Since you guys are with us, if anything happens, please call the police. Alright. Are you sure we should be going up here?
Yes, I'm sure.
Feel-
Are you curious?
I am, but I also feel a little bit of anxiety.
Why?
I don't know, because it seems that we aren't allowed to here.
I actually see another bright room.
Wow.
I wonder what's here.
Wow, now I feel excited. Oh,
It says to be continued.
this room looks like where people are judged. So bright.
So bright. Okay, there's another.
Whoa! Wow! Do you guys see this? Do you see this?
So pretty.
This is it's like an art gallery. It's like a corridor of lights.
Oh
And
yeah, it's a good name. Corridor of Lights.
Corridor of lights, isn't it? Wow. Look at all these demonstrations. What are those?
Oh wow, this is so pretty. This is
Hey, I
the
recognize
drawing.
that.
Yeah, that's the drawing of our liposomes.
Yeah, I recognize those. They look we know them when they're in their technical formats, but this looks like this is like the is this the dye flower? Is this like a dye flower?
I think it is.
But now it's transformed into this. It's a lot prettier.
It's so pretty.
So is this like an art room of ingredients?
Yes, I think it is.
It's an ingredient gallery.
We actually, it's all our ingredients.
Quinoa.
The ingredients that we actually research.
Quinoas and
Sugar lock.
lavender. Is that lavender?
Yeah. It's lavender.
I hear something.
What do you hear?
I hear music. It's coming from that end.
Do you wanna go see what's going there? What's going around?
Okay. So you guys wanna find out what's at the end of this hallway?
Let's go. Fast, let's go. Wow, let's go. Okay. This is definitely
Wait. Before we open, I feel like usually nothing good comes from opening a door at the end of a long horror corridor. This is a scene from horror movies.
I cannot open it.
Oh my god!
What is this? Wow. What is this?
Come inside! Come inside.
Wow, look at this. This is moving. Can you see it's moving? That's also moving. It's so pretty. What's that?
All of these pictures are moving.
Yeah, it's moving. It's so nice.
What does this remind you of?
It reminds me of the Harry Potter movie.
Yeah, this is like one of the Harry Potter common rooms.
Yeah.
With the moving photographs. This waterfall is moving. Do you guys think it's a moving waterfall? This picture is not moving, so sometimes they move, sometimes they don't. That one's moving. That one is moving. That's like clouds.
Yeah, wow.
Sometimes they decide to move, sometimes they don't.
But actually, I think this room was inspired by Harry Potter.
It was a Harry Potter room. We call it the Harry Potter. These are pictures of people which are not moving right now, which I am completely glad for. But I know that horse is moving its tail.
So, do you know why do we have this room? Like, what's special about this room besides the images, the paintings moving?
the magical movie painting.
Yeah. Besides, what's special about this room?
I think because of how popular live streams have become, a lot of our clients that are closer to us, such as our Chinese and our Taiwanese local clients, they love the concept so much that during the time that they come to visit the facilities, they bring a crew to record the experience to share with their consumers or internally, and having this room allows them to present their products right here.
Actually, one good thing about this is that in here you can actually change it to something to a product, to a presentation of your product, for example, or a video of your product. Whenever you want to do a live streaming in here, you can actually like change it to whatever you want to present in these paintings or so-called paintings.
And since we found this magical room by this magic map, I want to take something with me.
What do you want to take with you?
I want to take that gold bird.
Okay, you can take it.
This really is a room of magic. A singing bird.
Wow, so nice.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's go. So actually, like, do you know why live streaming has become like so popular?
Is it because influencers have always been has been on the rise? So I know that recently there was this one guy who should we turn him off? It's being a little loud. There you go. Now you can hear us. Quiet now for now. We'll let him sing later.
So actually, I'm gonna tell you the answer. Actually, like during this coronavirus crisis, during this pandemic, a lot of our customers actually were looking for new ways to do business. And one of the new ways that they actually found out that resulted in very good business was doing live streaming. So live streaming is something that is becoming more and more popular. So a lot of these customers, they actually collaborate with different kind of influencers, and not only do they collaborate with influencers, but they actually have their own people that actually do their own live streamings. And with this, they actually have generated a lot of business. So we actually believe, or a lot of people investigating this, they actually think that the world is going to be totally different after this pandemic. And we think that the way of doing business is going to be different.
And we did a market report. Like we basically did a market research on consumers who have purchased products from influencers, and one of them only concerns. So people apparently are very easily persuaded by influencers they trust. But the only little concern they have is the quality of the products, basically. So sometimes our clients, they pay their influencers to come to our facility, and the influencers, they present here, which basically guarantees the product quality itself. So the only concern that consumers might have is it's taken care of.
And not only that, but do you know how can we help our clients prevent having the product that having imitation issues of people selling online? One of the things that we're actually having is our digital printing that actually we also have the one product one code system.
Yes,
I don't know if you have heard about the one product one code system, but in this system we actually use a digital printing, and we can actually have one single code in each product. That means the consumer can actually just scan the product and see if the product is actually original or not, or actually if it's fake, or if it's actually.
So basically every batch of every unit has its own code, has its own tag. So shall we, where are we going now?
We're actually going to our mass factory. So
Okay.
we're finally going to our mass factory.
Yes, it's getting a little tiring.
Actually not that tired.
It's past my bedtime, so.
I don't think so. You usually go to bed around 3
Stop
a.m.
exposing me in front of all these people.
Okay, so
Made it down the stairs without falling. What an achievement.
I told you not to wear heels.
I wanted to.
I know, don't
I
worry.
wanted to attend a party, which is
Okay.
kind of what we're doing right now. So this is like a party.
Yeah. So I hope that you have enjoyed until now. We have ended our tour for the nutraceuticals.
And the magic rooms of fantasy and dreams, which
So,
we've
yeah.
taken souvenirs from. I don't know if they'll let me keep this.
I think it's okay. Nobody will notice.
Think I can keep this? Alright, let's go and see skincare. I believe some of you guys are here for the skincare, and we've kept you waiting for the last hour. So let's go. We'll finally be going to see our sheep mask factory now.
Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty.
So be careful with the stairs.
And now I'm doing the breakfast.
So what's special about the skincare facility?
It's green,
What
but
do you
not the
mean?
color. Not the color.
Yeah, that's the second question.
It's not physically colored green. It uses green energy. That's what it does.
Oh really? But I thought that all the facilities were green.
Yeah, if you put it like that. So you got me.
Okay, so I'll tell you what's different about this S11, our mask.
She's the brains of this program.
No, I'm not. But okay, so actually our S11 is our LEED certified. It's actually a facility that has a LEED certification. What does
Nice.
that mean? It actually means it's actually designed for a green infrastructure.
So LEED certification, huh?
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
One thing that we will, well, it's gonna be interesting for you guys is that we're actually gonna take a car right now to go to S11. The facility is actually not far, it's just in the back.
So please, I think during the car ride, there might be a little bit of signaling problems, like a little bit. So if there is strange yelling or if there's static, please don't leave or please reconnect back.
Please bear with us. It's gonna be like around like a thank you, around 3-minute ride. So it's gonna be very fast.
Yeah, it'll be very fast. Let's go! Let's go! Alright. So Wendy and me.
So there is like a little light.
Can you guys see us? Are we still visible? The magic bird is lighting it's lighting up.
I think we can turn the
Oh.
lights on.
Okay. Whew. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So we're in the car now.
Hi. Is everyone still with us?
I think they are.
All of my heart.
Okay. So
This is
we are
nice.
here. So
We have arrived at this beautiful facility. Oh, they're not gonna let us in without our uniforms, which are all RFID tags.
I think we can we.
Oh yes. Someone else is.
So as all our facilities, we actually would have to spray our hands here. Make sure that everything is disinfected before we get in. So
And a lot of vitamin C. Oh, vitamin C.
yeah, like immune products, just to like
At
make
the
sure
door-
that
at the
everybody
door.
is healthy.
Yes.
So actually, you can see this is the main entrance of
Wow.
our skincare facility. So you can actually see that.
Okay, let's go stand on the stairs so everyone can see.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go stand on this beautiful grand staircase. It's like the entrance, like you know how like at the Met Gala, the Met, everyone has to like walk these stairs. So
This is like a very beautiful entrance. So this is the entrance of our S11 facility.
you know, influencers like to pose here, like pose here. I don't know how they pose. It's like influencer pose.
Okay, I'll take it.
That's my
Alright, so
We are climbing a
it's
rock.
actually this is like a library, and this is because like we actually like to we like to read during our free time.
Well, actually, it's not that we like to. We would like to watch Netflix, but the company encourages science studies for the entire staff. So everyone in the facility. So this is all science textbooks, science and art.
Yeah, so whenever our colleagues are free, they can just like take a book and read.
They are strongly encouraged.
Yeah, they are.
I want to use the word forced, which I accidentally did.
And actually, we're gonna enter into like to see the production line for our masks.
Are we already?
Yes, we
In
are.
the middle of the library?
It is in here.
This is the heart of S11. We are entering into the heart.
So, what is the heart of our mask facility? Actually, it is like our water system. Usually, like whenever, actually, water is one of the most important things in our skincare products. I don't know if you have noticed that, but it actually makes up around 80 to 90% of
That's
our skincare products. So it's actually very extremely important. So if you actually like see other skincare facilities, you will actually see that it actually has an RO system, but they only have an RO system.
Because our water is sufficient, so like our water is basically food grade water, so you can already consume it. But what kind of water are we?
Actually, we use ultra purified water.
That's right. Yeah. And what does that mean? It's medical grade.
It's medical grade, and it's actually like super pure. So it's you can actually go through the process of
Hemodialysis. You can
Yeah.
use this water for hemodialysis. That's how crazy it is. Crazy. Why would you need hemodialysis grade water for your skincare?
We want to make sure that we use the highest quality of water into our skincare products.
So other than RO, I think something else that's kind of special is the EDI.
So yeah, we actually go through two processes of RO system, and besides that, we go through an EDI system. So that's an
Deionizing. So it removes all the ions.
Yeah, we remove all the ions. And the benefit of that is that actually, like, if you don't do that, eventually your skincare products after a certain period of time, it can actually like separate. The viscosity is gonna change, and also
It's mildly, but it does over time.
Yeah.
So basically, some might not even notice the change, but the fact that it does change concerns us. So that's how crazy perfectionist we are.
And not only that, but we also have a UV system to kill all the germs.
Yeah, three of them.
Yeah.
So, as one of my clients has once described this, she called this place extremely sexy. And I asked her why, because she said when people describe something sexy, it's the best aspect of that person. It's like your legs are sexy.
Oh wow.
So this is the sexiest part of S11.
Pretty cool.
I think you like that.
I did like it. So let's go. We're gonna see more about our skincare facility.
Alrighty, let's go.
So it's actually like you're gonna see one thing like well, I think you have seen it before, but all our production lines are automated, are fully automated. We actually like everything like from the very start, since like ingredient mixing all the way to the final packaging is automated. And same case for the skincare products.
That's right.
So
Very similar process, but also sky bridges with openings, so we can have a look here as we arrive at the first window.
So this is our dispensing room. So this is where we actually mix in different kind of ingredients. We actually use our special technologies called our lipomask. So if you heard about our lipomask technology, you're gonna know that we actually use liposomes in our formulations. What does this liposome?
What are liposomes? So liposomes in the past, they are used in medicine. So they are basically phospholipid bilayers that mimic human cells, so very similar structures. So they actually fuse with cells, and they are used for cell-targeted delivery. But what does that mean in skincare?
Well, actually, like I have heard that before they would use liposomes only in active ingredients, only encapsulated active ingredients. But what's special about our lipomask or our liposome technology is that actually we encapsulate the whole formulation,
The entire serum, 100% of it.
100%, which means that it becomes like very small structures. And actually, these liposome structures are very similar to the structure of our skin cells.
Yeah, so how I would describe it in a more visual way is that all of our serums are carried in these tiny, tiny liposome vehicles that look like our cells.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, like once it enters into our skin, it penetrates and releases active ingredients.
So how many liposomes are in one drop of serum?
1 trillion liposomes.
That's right. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
So deep penetration.
Yeah.
It's a sensitive word, but it's used properly here.
Let's
Sorry.
So we're gonna look
I'm
at.
not sure if I'm allowed to say things like this.
So we're gonna show you like a very interesting system. Like, so once after we mix the ingredients, we actually have like a station here. It's our temporary storage room. So in our temporary storage room, we can actually like have like an area where all the tanks that are already tested by our QA have already been tested and passes, and there is like some that have not been tested. And you can actually see there's like a white thing on each tank. That is actually our RFID.
So similar to when we first entered, as all of our personnel are controlled by RFID tags, so are these tanks. So we can't, if you don't have the RFID access granted, you can't go anywhere. So the doors won't open for you, just like it didn't open for us.
So if the tests have not been done, like if the QA hasn't given like the okay, like we can actually, these tanks cannot actually enter in the production lines.
And if you're producing one mask and accidentally like another serum is attempted to be pushed out the door, won't open for an idol.
Yeah, so that's like you can actually see, like if you see the door there, it actually has like a little white thing. That's our RFID system.
And as you can see, with the amount of tanks currently present in the storage room, business is pretty okay.
Okay, come on, let's
I
go.
don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
I don't think you were allowed, but it's okay.
Alright, let's go. Before I make more mistakes. Alright, let's go. What do we have here?
So this is our production line for the masks.
Oh, have they finished?
Yeah,
They have finished for today. Oh no. It was because we spent so much time in the foods lines. Well, that would be my fault again, wouldn't it? All right, you introduce it.
Okay, so you can actually see different kind of rows, like that's our sheet mask rows, and actually like after that you can actually see the
Toilet paper looking things. They're
It's
not
actually
toilet,
very big, but
not
actually
toilet paper.
it's like the sheet mask row. So actually like that's how they come into our facilities. Then there is like a CCD system. There's like where the lights are. Actually the CCD system is actually very good because it can actually detect all the outer matter, all the outer matter that shouldn't be there. For example, if there's like dust, like the machine would cut it, and then after that it would actually like just throw it away. Like that wouldn't pass the CCD system. After that, like the machine cuts the sheet mask into the shape of the face, and after that it actually folds it and puts it into the sachet. Then that's where the serum actually like is inserted, and then there's like the sachet is sealed. And after that, there's like in the end, after the lot number and the expiry date is actually printed, then we have like an automated weight machine. So we actually see if the weight is actually the amount of serum or the weight that it should have, the defining product should have. So this is like a totally fully automated production line for facial sheet mask.
I would like to applaud Wendy for saying all of that without the machine moving, which is I find very impressive.
And actually, like the good thing about this production line is that we avoid contamination. That is like the most important thing whenever we apply sheet masks into our faces, because there's like no human contact.
And this room is already a 100K clean room, right? But then there's another glass cabinet encasing the lines. So what they like to very quite nicely call it a clean room within the clean room.
Yeah, definitely. So
Sounds nice, right?
So you might think like, oh, it's pretty simple, but actually like everything is into one single production line. Like you might actually not know, but in other facilities, not everything is like into one single line. Everything is here, like, everything is completed into one single line.
Yeah, sometimes they're moved around, like after sealing, like it's collected, moved to another. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Anyway, so let's keep moving. So Wendy has very nicely introduced that line very, very in detail. So what do we have next?
So what's another important factor whenever we talk about sheet masks?
Well, I know like people always ask about like what's in the serum, like they call it the formulation. Like what are the active ingredients in the formulation? What's the fancy like the I don't know hyaluronic acids and extracts.
And we actually have a lot of like interesting ingredients as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so actually another very important factor is the sheet mask itself.
The paper, right? Well, not the paper, but like we have more than just one type.
Yeah, the thing is that a lot of people don't actually know that there's a different type of sheet mask, but actually there's a lot of different types.
Oh
And
yeah, there is so
actually,
many.
They're also very important whenever we talk about like if it complements the different kind of formulations that we have.
Yeah, you know, like when we first entered into the company, they throw this massive catalog of different types of dry paper sheets and just throw it in our faces, and we'll be like, oh, all these different fibers.
Like, what's the
what do they
difference?
do? And we learn about them and realize how important the differences are.
So we're gonna show you in here our next stop. Then you can actually experience the different kind of sensations of the different kind of sheet masks. Why is this so important? Because different markets actually like different kind of sensations, not only in the sheet mask, but
Like
also
no, I'm so sorry. Cut her off again.
not only in the serum, but also in the sheet mask. Like some of the sheet masks, whenever it's whenever it's infiltrated with serum, it actually has a lot of like it becomes very it can be very soft. Like this one is very soft. Some of them actually become very soft. Some of them are thicker. Some of them are thinner.
So the wood pulp is thicker, but it's very tough. It's very tough, and I think it holds way more moisture.
Yes, it weighs a lot of moisture. This is a multi-structured mask.
Oh, I like the multi-structured mask. It's really interesting because the fact that wood pulp holds so much moisture, but it's rough to touch. What the multi-structure mask is, it's a 3-layer of a cotton layer, then a wood pulp, and then another cotton. So it's soft to touch, but the wood pulp layer holds all the moisture. So it's a really smart
And
shape.
it's actually much more thicker. Like for the clients that want a thicker type of sheet mask, this is the one you can choose.
See, we learned our stuff. So yeah, so for these, I think like my clients in Australia, they really like these like thick, tough masks. Where I've had clients tell me that they prefer masks that are like this. They're a lot easier to apply. It isn't like you don't have to be so delicate with it when you're opening them up. And yeah, there's like, but I know like in Asia, people like the invisible mask, like this invisible lyocell.
It's actually thinner.
So once it's fused with the serum, it is almost invisible. You can see like your skin right through it.
It's like a second layer of the skin.
Yes.
And at the same time, you can actually see you can actually see like there's like a charcoal mask, a camellia oil. The charcoal mask usually it's used, for example, for like anti-acne, detox. So this kind of like oil absorbent.
Here.
Yes, we do have masks here.
Do you want us to try one on?
Do you want to use one?
Do people want to watch us try on a mask?
I don't know. Do they?
Do they want us?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's find a jelly one because those ones are interesting. Oh, here, this one.
Okay.
Do you want to put this one on me?
All right.
Or do you want to put it on yourself?
No. Maybe. Do we have volunteer here?
Do you want to grab someone else? If not, then well, just put it on me, I guess. Ooh. Oh, look at this.
Help you?
Yes, please. All right. So we're just gonna do this very quickly. Bear with us. It's a jelly mask, so it should hold while I'm walking around
It's
because
actually the biocellulose.
Yes.
Our premium type of sheet.
coconut jelly is the most premium. Once you go coconut, you don't go back. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. Oh my God! Should I shut up? Yes. Okay, I'll shut up. I think this is Wendy's way of stopping me from talking more. I feel like I'm in a luxury spa.
It's actually very refreshing, right?
Oh, it's so nice. With all the sweating from before, I think it's cooling me down instantly.
That's nice.
Oh.
I'll definitely use one tonight.
So some people think these flaps are faulty, but they're not. They're like for people, if you're sleeping, you can like put them on your eyelids. But for now, I want to be able to see where I'm going when we're walking. So I will continue this tour with this mask on. Do I look like a monster?
No, you don't.
Okay, well let's go then. If you guys can bear to look at me like this as we walk down, I hope we don't lose any viewers because of this.
We're coming to the end of the tour, so don't worry.
Yeah, you just have to look at this like for a little bit longer. Oh, nice. I feel happy. I feel like I've been treated well. Very, very, very well.
So we're going back to upper part of the factory.
I'm the woman in the jelly mask.
It's our biocellulose sheet mask.
It's basically just it's like fibers fermented from coconut water by microbes, right?
And what's good about this kind of sheet mask is that it's 100% biodegradable.
Very fast, right? A lot
Yeah.
faster.
And you know what interesting about this, about us is that we are EcoCert certified.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we are EcoCert certified formulator. So do you know what does that mean?
We're like super organic. Super.
Well, actually it means that whenever like our clients request us to make organic formulations, we can actually design them, and once we design them, we can actually apply for this Ecos or the Cosmos certificate sooner and faster than other companies.
Yes, 2 months, 3 months. EcoCert. I'm gonna start talking in single words now.
So let's see what's here. This is our MIA lab. So this is where we actually see the different, we actually find like the different active compounds in our ingredients. So we actually make sure if the ingredient actually have this like this, how do you call that? These actives.
Active. So in the past, we'll probably tell you that you're adding quinoa extract, but now we can tell you
What kind of active or what kind of compounds
what's the
does this
active ingredient in the quinoa. It's something I can't pronounce, so let's move on. But no, this is the machine, the NMR, nuclear magnetosonic
I don't remember.
resonance,
Sorry.
something. But I know that what's special about this machine is that different to normal NMR, it loads its samples like automatically. So that's why there's only 3 of these. So we're taking the automation a little bit too much. Like we're taking it too much. So now even those sampling stages, we're automating them, right?
Yeah. So okay, so we're gonna continue. So you might have seen like the different production lines, like different production lines, and also like our
This is not very
facilities.
cool.
But one thing that you haven't seen is where we make the samples.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, samples.
So you're gonna see at my right and my left. This is at our right now where you're actually seeing this is the QODM lab. This lab is for the skincare products. This is where the samples are made. And if you see those little machines, do you know what they are?
They are miniaturized production lines.
Yeah, so it's actually like the same kind of machines that we use during our production lines, but in miniature.
So it's like a replica, but then so that your samples will be like almost 99% identical to what you'll be receiving in your mass production, right?
Yeah, and then on my left side we have like the lab for the supplements. For example, we have
go there?
virus tablets and capsules, liquids. Yeah, let's go there.
Oh, this one's a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger because
We've got more formats.
yeah, solid forms and liquid forms are actually made here, like the samples. So the good thing about the QODM is that, for example, we understand like what different markets like, and for example, what kind of flavors do they like, what kind of viscosities do they like. So we can actually recommend our clients, especially if you want to penetrate a market that is a new market for you, we can actually recommend you. Like for example, we know that for like the
Human stem cells?
no, it's actually our callus tissue engineering. We do the callus, we actually plant the callus tissue of the plants into this, and we
Plant
actually
stem
grow
cells.
them. So how did this happen? Like,
So plant stem cells, they're basically they're healing tissues of the plants that act similarly to human stem cells. So what they do is they have very high amounts of activity in these cells. So what we do is we basically injure our plants. So we injure them. And then when they start to heal themselves, these cells, technically called plant stem cells, are then extracted. And what we realize is that, for example, just using the orchid flower, for example, we used to extract from the full flower, but after we realized that stem cell technology was available, we start doing this, and it has become a lot more sustainable. We no longer need to take orchids out from nature, and they are like, I don't know how many times more effective.
it's around 5 times more effective than the plant itself. And another thing is that we actually avoid the plants from going like endangered.
Oh yes. Oh, I heard the story, because like it used to be like a professor who used to go around collecting endangered species of plants, and he did it for preservation purposes. But when he retired, he passed his entire legacy on to us, and that's why you see here over 150 different types of plant species, some rare, some precious, some endangered, and now they go into your skincare products.
So amazing, I love it. I actually love these ingredients. Like I love them whenever like I try these samples. I actually think they're
They're way more effective, and they're crazily fancy and expensive.
Okay,
That's
so-
what you can charge most consumers.
So actually we're coming to the end of our tour, and we want to thank you for being all this time with us. Like, I really hope that you have enjoyed through this tour, and if you have any questions, just please let us know.
So we will end this tour in front of this amazing Da Vinci project. So Osio Vincent, he's the head of all of this scientific creations, but he's also a man of art. So he has set out this Da Vinci project, which he sketched the outlines of the mountains here in Pingdong to basically always remember to give back into the environment. So this year and to the community. So the painting of these lines, as you can see here, these scribbled lines, were designed so that every single employee of TCI can have a little back. And I'm somewhere, I think somewhere here. So this is me.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna claim that.
Okay.
So we have concluded for today. And,
Thank you very much
I hope
for-
everyone has enjoyed themselves, and thank you for spending the last 2 hours with us.
Muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos. Por favor, cualquier pregunta que tengan, estoy a la orden. Muchísimas gracias.
Again, what she said. What she said
Thank
right
you
there.
very much.
Thank you.